この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Mushishi, starting with episode 24, The Journey to the Field of Fire. It has been a minute since we watched Mushishi. Didn't watch any episodes last week for reasons. I was just really tired and I don't like making videos that I feel are not going to be good. In part because I feel like the video, it lasts forever, and a moment of weakness on this end that leads to a shitty video turns into a shitty video forever, and that really sucks. Today, however, we are going to be watching some Mushishi. We've got 3 episodes left. I don't know if we're going to... There are basically 2 things that will happen today, one or the other. You'll already know which one because you'll see the length of the video, but we're either going to watch 1 episode or we're going to watch all 3 episodes. There's no real in-between there. But I will mention this because you might see me wincing during the episode. I'm in a pretty significant amount of pain. I've got some bicep tendonitis going on that hurts right here, right in the joint of the elbow. Very similar to tennis elbow. But in this case, it's caused by my back squat. I allowed the weight. I got a little bit lazy with my form, and I allowed the weight to rest on my elbow a little bit yesterday when I was squatting, and it flared up the tendonitis that I've been kind of managing pretty well. And today it is just agony. It's really painful. Right now it's nothing, but if I move it in certain ways, or even if I don't, sometimes it will flare up to an 8 out of 10 in pain, which is pretty close to debilitating and really rough. But I figure that it's also kind of painful for me to not record things and to not be doing stuff during the day. So I'd rather have some of the physical pain of this, because it's going to be there no matter what, and get over some of the psychological pain of not doing anything, because feeling useless or feeling like I can't work or can't do anything is honestly way worse for me. So here we go. We're going to watch some Mushishi. We are on The Journey to the Field of Fire, which is a really cool episode title, and I hope that the episode manages to match up in interestingness and be really interesting. I assume there's going to be some fire, but what that fire is there for and why it's there, I don't know. Also, you can see that I popped a blood vessel in my eye, so yay. Lifting heavy comes with risks. I'm doing it as safely as I can. And I'm doing pretty well. I haven't been injured yet, except for this, and this is rough. So I might have to back off on my heavy squats. I might have to change some things up, and also do some rehabilitatory work. Is that right? Is there two? It doesn't matter. Let's watch some Mushishi. Let's watch episode 1, and we'll see how we feel after that, and after we discuss it, and we'll see if we go for the whole stretch of 3, or if we do 1 today and 2 tomorrow, and then we can do some of the OVAs that are in between, and then we'll jump into Mushishi's Hakusho in a little bit. But for now, we are on episode 24. Let's get to it. There will be 2 versions, picture-in-picture version, picture-in-picture version with the video up there in the description down there, timer-based version up on YouTube, and beep beep timer to count you down. Let's go. Wait, we're not starting immediately with the OP. That makes this interesting. Fire born of corpses will mix in? Is there some kind of ghost fire mushi that we just saw fly by? Hello? Hi. Is there no OP? What? Why is the fire green? No, 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 no. Children, stay back. Oh, just a dream. But still. Is she a Mushishi? She's got all this stuff. Yeah, where is the Sore Feet song by Ali Care? What did she just cough up leaves? I don't like this. Punishment for what? Ginkgo? Did she not do what Ginkgo said? Holy ow. Macaroni. So everything's dying. That was a really powerful intro as a whole. Really interesting. Yep. Is there a magic woman? Okay, thanks, kids. That's the leaf. The leaf. So that it doesn't spread closer to the village. Hello. Yeah. Oh, don't make fires with those plants. Hello. I know what I'm doing. Okay, they are hardcore. They are Mushi. Yeah, what up? A new species. So this is an unknown. Okay, you don't want like another couple eyes on it? Cool. So Mushishi have like scientific journals? That was a cool standing up. Hmm. Yeah, demo. It'll take over. Okay, there's also some metaphor for like certain kinds of fear here. Yeah, you said the investigation was incomplete. Okay, but you're jumping to it because you're afraid. She's gonna refuse that, huh? Yeah, can we get the story? Okay, thank you. So maybe it's something that was residing underground. Ah, maybe a meteor or something? Okay, from a volcano. Oh, that's creepy. Yeah, it spreads fucking fast. But if it was volcanic, if it was from down below, couldn't fire, like, make it spread or something? Oh. Oh. That's a bad plant. Roundup. It kills anything. Hmm. Yeah, we don't know what effect that will have on it. Exactly. But she was worried about somebody touching it. Yeah, that's very scary. That's also super true. But you're risking lives either way, and you're gambling either way, man. But I think Ginkgo's right. No, they want to end it. Shit. Yes, of course. Okay. But using a certain means if you don't know the ends, if you don't know the consequences, is kind of scary. And we know because of the start that she regrets what happens. Okay, so they chop down all the trees because they're gonna burn the forest so that they don't burn up close to the village. Right. That fucking sucks. Study ginkgo. The fucker. Yeah, what? Yeah, it's not like we like doing this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. But that's not helpful, Ginkgo. That's not helpful to insult them like that. Shit, this episode is already a lot. Comprehension is what he's talking about. Yeah, you're getting thrown the fuck out, Ginkgo. Okay. Oh, they threw him into the... Okay. You for sure did. Like, it's not that you were wrong. It's that, oh, he stole the reports. It's not that he was wrong. It's that he wasn't being helpful. But she won't. It's already happening, man. It's basically done. But what will it cause? Ginkgo's strong as fuck. Right. Yeah, fire will just make it spread like sequoias dropping their seeds. That's my feeling. That's really scary. And we know that she like coughed up leaves. Oh boy. It catches too easily, man. It's all over. It's done. Nothing you can do about it now. Spores. Sure did. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, so that one is known. Oh, fuck. Or it'll hide in them? Oh, boy. Literally sentient fire? Cold fire. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay. That's gonna be a lot of people who are not gonna be careful enough. Yeah, what? Dude, you already swallowed one, and you know it. Dude, I'm not here just to learn. I like saving people. Yeah, real snarky. Great little shot. Yeah, and are you okay? Yeah. Already still putting on a brave face when you know that you're fucked. Uh-oh. It's a curse, buddy. I guess normal people just see it as a normal fire. No, not babies. Not baby. Oh, it can just infect a fire. And it spreads like fire. Weird, the stove isn't warm. The food isn't cooking. Yeah, but they've done their fucking worst, though. Yeah, and she herself. Oh no. Oh no. She really is coughing up leaves. Oh man, is Ginkgo gonna fucking return to find a fully frozen village? Oh no. But she called him. She sent the letter. Good. But it's terrible that it came to that. Okay. Her own infection. Oh. Yup. And turning into leaves. Oh, she is gonna die. Kind of. Can't do. Can't do. Ginkgo, can you save her? Yeah. Daga Kotawaru. There's also, like, a reason he can't stay. But he doesn't need to say that. Okay. See if we can learn something from it. Sweet. Holy shit, Ginkgo. Hmm. Use the Kagebi to burn. See if it fakes it out. Do it. 100%. Let's go. It's an option. It's a possibility. I believe. But are they dead? I think they're dead. They're dead. Without burning them. Yeah. That's so weird. Right. Again, with the haste. And growth begins anew in the village. Hmm. Spooky. Is that Fiend? What a spooky, mysterious episode. I like this one. I like this one quite a bit. The lack of OP really scared me. But it ended up being a very interesting episode. What do you do when both sides of an argument are logically correct? That's tough. That's tough. And next episode. Eye of fortune, eye of misfortune. Something about sight, something about seeing things. Interesting. Okay, this opening sequence, the first minute and a half that takes over the period that would be the OP, is some of the like spookiest, most atmospheric stuff we've gotten out of Mushishi. The same song, the weirdness of the fire, the cool coloring of this like red haze over everything, the dead plants everywhere. And then the weird intro of the punishment and the sort of hook setup that we know that Ginkgo has been there when she's like, maybe I should have done what that man said. We know that Ginkgo has been there, and this is what happens when people don't listen. Not that Ginkgo is always right or that people should always listen to him, and even more importantly, not that these people would know to listen to him, but we know that something went wrong because they didn't as soon as we start this episode. And then we jump back in time and we start to see he arrives in this pivotal moment and sees all these Mushi. I love the way that he goes and is just already like investigating, doing his own shit. She's like, don't touch. Oh, he's got gloves on and he knows what he's doing. All right, you a Mushishi, you know what you're doing here. And of course he does. The most interesting part of this episode is by far the back and forth between these two characters because both of them are like logical and right. While we could say that she's being really hasty, she's kind of not. She's right that there's this like existential threat to the village, that their crops and their village is going to be taken over completely by these weeds and they have to do something. But he's right that they need to know more and they need to understand what effect fire might have, right? Like, this is a Mushi that came from a volcanic rock from deep underground. Maybe not the best idea. We could imagine that they could take one of these Mushi plants, put it in like a jar, and light it on fire and see what happens. And, you know, if it just burns away, great, light the mountain on fire. And if it turns into a fucking flame Mushi that's going to start killing people in the village, maybe don't light the mountain on fire. It's a really interesting setup and an interesting idea for a Mushi, but it's the dialogue between the two characters as they argue this point out, as Ginkgo proposes haste, that you should gather the people, try to pull out these Mushi, don't gamble this way. But the truth is that it's a gamble either way, right? With the way that these things are spreading, if they take the time to wait and like see what's happening and what they're doing doesn't work, then it spreads so far and they don't have crops and they all die come winter, right? So they're both fucking right. It's hard to make decisions under this kind of pressure. And I think that that she actually puts forth like a really good I'm trying to save the village set of arguments, and she's not wrong. And Ginkgo over the course of this episode makes a lot of mistakes. How much do you plan to sacrifice for the sake of your village? He starts off okay, it's hard for us to destroy the forest, and they're like, okay, but you're a fucking outsider, what do you know? And of course, he knows what he knows. He's good, he's smart, but he fucks up here by starting to insult them, right? You can't convince a village to follow you if you start calling them frightened monkeys, right? You guys are all fucking idiots. You're so stupid. Why can't you get it through your head? This sort of thing doesn't make people follow you. Doesn't work. And we see Ginkgo's like, I don't know, his lonerness, he has difficulty with people sometimes. He's not the best at convincing people to do stuff, and it is a flaw that he has that comes to bear here. They've got a Mushishi in their village who they respect and know, who probably has saved them from all sorts of different illnesses, who treats the children when they're injured, who's probably helped, some of their wives give birth, who's like integrated into the village and is a friend and a something safe and someone who they trust. And Ginkgo just waltzes in and like, all right, y'all fucking idiots, stop doing this thing that the person you trust has told you to do, because I'm here now and I'm going to tell you what's up. No, they're not going to listen to that. So a lot of this, I think, is to an extent on Ginkgo. If he were better at expressing himself, if he were better at trying to like dissuade people from hasty action, then maybe he could have actually persuaded them to hold on, we need to take a day and study these mushi a little bit more and understand what the repercussions of burning the whole mountain will be, because we already know that burning the whole mountain is going to cause huge problems for our village. Like, we're going to lose a lot of the wildlife and a lot of the stuff here. It might not be worth it if it doesn't have the results that we need. I know you guys are all scared, but this is what we have to do. It's a really interesting back and forth between fear and trust, and like this fear of an existential threat, and the way that people try to react to that in order to prevent themselves and their families from dying. What he says makes sense, but it's also wrong. If you're not monkeys, why don't you try to face your fears? Like, they are facing their fears. They're facing them by destroying them and destroying them with fire, the thing that they know will work, but they're wrong. Conquer your fear with intelligence, and she hits back with, it's intelligence that allows us to use fire, and he hits back to that with, it's shallow intelligence. But really, he's just being insulting, and he's not making a very good argument. He's not wrong, but he's also super not right. And she knows it, and he kind of knows it, and she doesn't really have a response to it, but leave us alone. We're going to do what we're going to do. I found it. Let's hurry. Let's do this thing. There's something about the show trying to like be behind Ginkgo and make Ginkgo heroic, in that he's trying to stop this thing from going bad, but I don't know. I think that Ginkgo made some mistakes in this episode. Not necessarily in what he was saying, but in the way that he was saying it. Because you can be as right as you want. You can be right as hell, but you have to convince people to follow you, because the people are the ones who are going to make the decisions. And that's really scary. You can know all that you want about Mushi, all that you want in the world, and you could have the best medicine in the world, but if people won't take the medicine, they're not going to get better. And that's really scary. The whole sequence of the mountain burning, I think, is really cool and really well done. We see a couple of shots of animals and deer running through, and these moments of like sparks that I guess are at this point just sparks. I was more worried about like a spores thing. What ends up happening is way more interesting as the fires burn low. These blue flaming ghost mushi come out, and I think it's a really cool idea. It's really visually interesting and thematically interesting that the fire that they set is the thing that comes back at them. Also, the idea of a mushi that pretends to be fire, that has like literally there's one creature that it can feed off of, and that's humans, because we use fire. So it it pretends to be fire and sucks the life out of humans alone. It's a mushi that has evolved based on our social evolution. That's super interesting. And our propensity to move toward fire and be interested in fire and to like trust in fire is really interesting. The warnings go out. She warns as many people as she can. There are some really great shots. I like this one in particular. There's one a little bit later that I also particularly like. That's just a close up. Again, we see all of these close ups of character faces that are so expressive and like do so much for getting us in the mindset of these characters and helping us understand them in a really interesting way. It's so good. Yeah, right. And she starts getting real snarky when Ginkgo does come back. How unfortunate for you that it wasn't a new species. Or I guess this is the night after, where she starts coughing. But a leftover fire. Man, haven't you been warned? Ain't you been warned? You done been warned. Yeah, the weeds must have been exterminated, but the Kagebi are still around and people are dying and people are injured and it is your fault. It's not that it's like you made this happen intentionally or that you super fucked up having like knowing what could happen. It's that you didn't spend the time to figure out what could happen, right? You just trusted in fire. And unfortunately fire burns both ways. It'll screw you up. So then we get to the head of the episode, the point here where she requests that Ginkgo stay and take care of her village as sort of a like, I've failed, I'm handing this off to someone who knew better in one circumstance. And we know that Ginkgo can't stay because of his Mushi attraction thing. He just can't. But the response that he gives is a little bit different, and he manages to convince her that there might be another way, that using the fire of the Kigane, I don't remember, we could like fake burn away the Mushi that have been, or the Kagebi. I don't know where I got Kigane. Fake burn away the Mushi that are inside of her, and it works. It's possible. Of course, Ginkgo is kind of just experimenting here, so he doesn't know this is going to work. I actually really like this scene. Something about the framing of it and then the wisps of smoke coming up from the bowl that she's drinking when we know that it's like cold food that feels warm but isn't is really interesting to me. It's super cool. And she coughs up these leaves that are turning to ash, turning to nothing as we go. Man, this is a very interesting episode. And the Kagebi flees to the coldest place it can find, in the valley, and I guess for the most part the village is saved, but there's still a chance of bad juju. But they know better what to do about it now. They could use the Kagebi to destroy the Kagebi larva, which is a super interesting idea and a super interesting mushi for the episode. This one all kind of comes together. It all kind of works. It's kind of freaking good. It's an interesting one. It doesn't have like some of the emotional power of a couple of the episodes that we've had recently, but it's a pretty good one. It's interesting. And the way that we get this play between two Mushishi trying both of them, like they're not, neither of them is evil or like wrong in a moral sense. They're both trying to save these people and save this village. They just have different ways of going about it, and that's kind of scary. And despite Ginkgo being right, he expresses it in a wrong way and fails to convince the village to listen to him. And that's a huge part of being able to help people, is being able to convince them that you actually know what you're talking about. And calling them dumb monkeys is not going to do it. It's not the way. Okay, interesting episode. I'm going to take a minute and decide whether I want to watch the next two or if I want to call it there for the day. Give me a minute to think about it. All right, we're going to go for it. We're going to go for the next two. I might change my mind after one, but my arm feels okay and I feel okay. So I'm going to watch the next two. So I'm going to take a little break, do a thinky thing, be back in a second for episode 25. See you in a second. Peace. All right, welcome back. We are good to go for episode 25. I have fortune, I have misfortune. So like a mixed gift of some kind imparted by Mushi or something? Kind of reminds me of the like villager who could like see the future type guy, which was a very sad episode. So hopefully this one's not as rough, but we'll see. Let's go for it. Beep beep timer. Hey, we got the OP. Very happy. But not sight. So a blind person? Okay. Also similar to episode 1 in a way. Ah, light for the first time. I think that's a Mushi. Yep, that's a Mushi. Oh, you can see. For the very first time. Oh, that reflection is super nice. The world exists outside of you. But it was an older woman's voice. Eye of fortune, eye of misfortune. She's also able to see Mushi. Hey, that sounds like a Mushi, I reckon. Oh, that's gross. That's fucking scary. Yeah. Ah, hee 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 hee. Terrifying. Stuff coming up your nose in the sleep? Nobody, I saw it myself. Oh, okay. How did you know I was a Mushishi? Yeah. Bullshit. Let me see your eyes. Awfully forward and good at finding people for someone who has their eyes closed. She seems to be living well. I think you are. Nope. Nope, you just got taken in. Hi, we're the Thieves Guild. Yeah, alright, this ain't so bad. Pretty girl, pretty music. Huh? I can see everything. Yeah, that sounds like an interesting story. I really like her character design. Girl be cute. Girl be fucking cute. I'm sorry, what? What? Hey, Pops. Hi. But she was born blind. And you caught one? Oh, creepy. Still creepy. Oh. That's super weird. You gonna make her eat it? Ah. Ugh. 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 And it's gone. It's just hiding nearby. Ding. Gampuku. Not yet. Not quite. Light. The world. Again, the reflection is super cool. But what's wrong? Where's the eye of misfortune part? Hey, Dad, I can see. Nani? I can see. But yeah, unequivocally good things don't just happen. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm. Hmm. Can they see other things too? So she sees through things? Oh. 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 Yeah, full Supermaning it. Hmm. And that's why she keeps her eyes closed now. Possibilities or truths? Future. The future and the past? Oh, that's where things get dangerous. Okay, you have no effect. Shit. Who did it? Yeah. More curse than blessing, yeah. No safety. Starting to see things overlaid. Yeah. Oh. Sure. Hmm. Hmm. That seems like a blessing. Oh, never mind. And could we just, like, remove the Mushi somehow? Hostile. Hostile takeover. Hmm. Hmm. Very interesting. Well then. Hmm. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah. Yeah, everything before that is fully gone. So he understands that blindness. Of course. Yeah. Sure. Sure. No, that's terrible too. It left. It left. No, it didn't. Okay. Weird. Have you tried lead? Like a cloth covered eye band of lead? Might work. Yeah, weird. All I can imagine is eyeballs sprouting legs and running away, and I hate it. Uh, well, man, I love that we've already set that up. I love that. I love it so much. The cocoons. I love it. Hmm. Is that the fog? The smoke? Is there smoke? I don't think so. Oh, And that is fading. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Fuck that. Where we're going, we don't need eyes to see. Ah! Too much Event Horizon. Too much. Can we not destroy those? If we bury them, they're just gonna find somebody. No help. Fair enough. You want to come travel with me? You're really cute. Wait, what? I didn't say nothing. What? Huh? Sure. Yeah, dude, I'll hit you up. Can I have your cocoon address? Send you some cocoon mail? No? Okay. All right. Cool. A little bit rejected. That's fine. No problem. The Biwa playing throughout the episode has been really cool. Ooh, weird one. Weird one. Weird one. Cool episode, but I don't know what to take from it. And next and finally, pretty close to meaningless to me. Okay, cool episode, great imagery, really spooky imagery at the end. The eyeballs fucking popping out, and then weird grub things popping out of the eyeballs, and then Ginkgo with the freaking tent, clutch tent thing, and grabbing them and putting them in a jar. Ooh, spooky. The whole idea of being able to see through everything and then through time and space itself is fucking crazy and sounds really cool, but it also sounds like it's admittedly a lot. Like the many times that we've had powers invested in people by Mushi, they're a mixed blessing at best and a curse in disguise at worst. This one's kind of a mixed blessing. It's very interesting. She was blind and then she could see, and she learns so much from her sight, but the sight becomes a bit too much. spooky to be able to see through your own eyelids. Very, very spooky. I also really like the character. I like her voice actress. I really like her design. I think she's super cute. Very attractive character design with the little beauty mark and the face shape and all the stuff. I like her a lot. I also really like her attitude toward things. She's extremely calm about stuff in the way that I would kind of expect a farseer of sorts to be, with like an understanding of the way that things happen. The nuance of her ability, the fact that she literally cannot stop the things that she sees from happening, sees happening from happening, reverse those, is rough, very curse-y, very, very bad, that you get to see the misfortunes of people, but you can't actually save them from them, is, that's a tough one, man. That's really tough. I also I think this is just a really pretty, really well done episode. I found myself enthralled all the way through, interested by the Mushi of the episode, interested by the character and characterization of the episode. The way that she just like flat grabs Ginkgo and is like, "You're coming with me." I'm into it. I like it a lot. I like her a lot as a character. I also very much like that we get to just sit and sort of listen to a story unfold as this storyteller tells us her own tale, which we can assume that she hasn't really told many other people. Sucks for her to see her dad having died, and to know that he's gone and all of that. It really fucking blows. It's the worst. The moments of like revelatory sight of seeing for the first time, I think, are really well executed and really interesting. This character who could not see before is able to. And I think that the show does a really good job of sort of pumping up the backgrounds in this point so that she's seeing the landscape, seeing people, and they're out there, and her father is pointing out the colors, the variegated colors of the sunset, and, you know, the people that she knows and the things that she can recognize. But it's a little much. It's a little bit too much, and it starts to drive people away because it's so different. Also, the scenes of like seeing to a point and then that point fading out and seeing behind it, seeing past it, are really interesting. She gets to see forever. She gets to see into infinity and literally beyond because she sees the past and the future. But as with many things like this, people love it for what they can use it for, and if it's not useful to them, it doesn't matter. So they get to know when they die, but they can't stop it, and that's not terribly good. And so it drives people away, and she ends up alone and alone and alone, and then her father dies, and she ends up more alone. Um, what she does after that, how she goes around playing her biwa, telling stories of Mushi and telling stories that she had heard from her father, is really interesting. It adds so much to her character. The biwa being like a part of her is really interesting. I really like her character, and physically her character design as well makes her extremely interesting. And just like being a step ahead of Ginkgo. She presents him, last episode, Ginkgo shows up at a situation and a woman is like, "This is what we're gonna do," and Ginkgo is he finds a different way and ends up through, after some mistakes, solving the problem. Here, there is no different way. She's right. She's seen her own future and it cannot be changed. And Ginkgo tries, but he cannot change it. He can't alter this. So it's a really interesting episode. Some things you can't change, some things you don't want to. And she seems happier overall for having this curse gone from her, I suppose. Sight and lack of sight, eh? It's an interesting episode. It's not the most complicated or even the most interesting episode. It just flows really well. The story is well told. And I like it a lot. Yeah. Cool. That's 2 good episodes of Mushishi. Here's hoping for 3 good episodes of Mushishi. I'm gonna take a break, do a sync, be back in a second. We're gonna watch episode 26, the finale. See you in a minute. Peace. All right, welcome back. We're good to go for episode 26. This is the last episode of season 1, and then there are some OVAs and things, and then we'll be on to season 2. Let's go for it. Beep beep timer. Ah, no P. Hello? Who be you? Ginkgo narrating? Beyond the Valley Mist. Is that Ginkgo narrating? I'm not sure that it is, actually. It might not have been. Might have been that kid grown up. There's some kind of mushy thing in the mist. Weird. Okay. Not traveling beggars. I assume that Ginkgo is in this group and probably was the kid at the back who looked at us. So, travelers. Hmm. Wah. Yeah. I like this guy. Not the kid. Kid has a big fucking hand. What the hell? It's not that weird. Sound of footsteps on the grass. There it is. Okay, there's our title. Ah, not Ginkgo. Huh. Yeah. You just mad. Kokonomushi? So when they say guardian, they mean god of the mountain. No concept of ownership, huh? Watari. Bye. Utterly wrecked. I didn't catch them. He gave them to me. No, this sounded like Guardian, my man. Little traps. Mm. Oh, I didn't lie. I'm the owner. There's a difference. You just don't understand the concept. Yeah, what that mean? Hmm. Bye. Kid's a brat. And he sucks at fishing. Oh. Don't catch the Guardian. Don't catch the Guardian. Don't kill that fish. Yep. Oh. Eh. Uh, so where is Ginkgo in this? Is he just not here? That's interesting. That is really interesting. Okay. Oh, you caught one. I fucking got. Oh, he just hung the fish that way. Got it. Good thing to admit. Okay. Cool. Time to overhear some stuff. Are these Watari people? I assume. And a friendship grows. Cute. Like a white-haired kid? Oh, there's Ginkgo. You sure might. Yeah, you'll be leaving soon. Hmm. Oh, yoink. Hmm. Okay. Oh, wow. We're using the frog as bait or just fucking with it. Either way, that's kind of fucked up. Hmm. Oh, okay, there it goes. Good. Good. Goodbye, Froggo. Ow. Frog on a leash, eh? Golden Mist? Nope. Hmm. Gotta do something. So you did help. Okay. Fully. Okay. Okay. It'll do that. And whether the mist will be golden. Footsteps on the grass again. Golden as hell. Oh, we left him a fish. Oh, buddy. Yeah, they're gone. They're leaving. Leaving today. Cute little mini friendship. Oh. Did they have a white-haired kid with them? Oh, hi, Zaza. Hello, Ginkgo. Traveling with some nomads. Yeah. Cool, 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 cool. So with you and running into Mushishi because they sell stuff to Mushishi. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Got it. Yeah, dangerous. Yeah, that makes sense. He's gonna rise to it. Nope. Nope. You gotta step up, Taku. Protect the mountain. Footsteps once again. That's 3. And he cares so much about that waterfall basin. Ah. Ah. He's sad. Yeah, he's sad. It's legally yours. They follow the light vein. No, you have a place. He doesn't. That's true. Hmm. Okay. Okay. There's a shot. I feel like that's a no. Yeah. The light vein isn't affecting it. Hi, Ginkgo. Hello. But why is it moving? Okay. Okay. Oh, is he gonna do something to fuck with the Guardian? Oh. I would take that warning. Oh. It's a volcano. Oh. Shit. Shit. No longer the guardian of anything. So he stayed. Whoa. Right. No light vein. Not the same. Man, you were warned to leave this place, but he stayed. Find the light vein, find them. Save the cheerleader, save the world. Now we get a direct reference. Fucking Ginkgo. Adult Ginkgo. Full Mushishi. Uh-huh. Full Mushishi adult Ginkgo. What up? Ginkgo. My enemy. So like the mountain one, you have to supplement with Mushi powder. Picked up a couple things. Hmm. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Eh? Oh, so in a weird way, Sasa does help and save him. That's pretty cool. He's grown up a lot. Yeah. Able to be happy for other people's happiness. Hey, catfish. Yeah, come on, you remember this. But they're living on. Mm. And a fish like the fish that started Ginkgo's story. Okay, yeah. I came around to this episode in the last, like, 3 minutes. It's a weird one. From, like, a deeply separate perspective from Ginkgo's for most of it. It's a weird one. I've been using this to do these because it helps a lot with the pain. Hmm. Well, there is a little epilogue thing, but there's no next episode, so let's see what it says. Maybe just thank you? Ah, and that's it. Okay, well, that was the final episode of Mushishi. Kind of a weird disconnected one. Um, I'm interested by it, but I didn't find it super like enthralling. I didn't get super invested in it. Lots of cool scenes of the mists and the mountains and stuff like that. But the center of it is this sort of weird friendship born between this nomad boy and this like heir to the mountain kid. Their miscommunications and the Isaza being like better at stuff than him is weird and creates like some interesting tension that turns into friendship as they talk more and as they spend a little bit more time out by that waterfall basin together. Um, I guess his relatives just steamroll and take over and redirect the river, and to some extent that causes the change in the path of the light vein, which causes the Watari, these nomadic people, to not show up here anymore, which sucks for him, but it ends up working out. A little bit heavy-handed on the repeated use of like the footsteps on the grass theme, but it works. The first time is when we first meet that character. The second time is when he leaves and walks by and puts the thing down, and then the third time is when he comes back and talks to him, and then finally Ginkgo, the sort of the person he just sort of crosses paths with at one point, comes back and helps his family survive, which is kind of freaking cool. There's something. These last few moments are what really sell it to me because up until this point, I was pretty not into the episode. It's like it was fine, but it didn't have that intrigue that I was looking for. But once he comes back and they start talking and they start like, oh, yeah, I have been here before. Yeah, we do know each other. And then most importantly, the fact that it was Isaza who sent him there, who was like, oh, these people probably need your help. And just the fact that he was still thinking about Taku and still remembered this place is kind of really cool. And it rings true to me in the way that you run into people that you knew in childhood and like things are different, but some things remain the same. It's pretty cool. There's some stuff here. I didn't find this to be like a super deep or super interesting episode. The core of it is this friendship between characters that we hadn't met before this episode. Um, and so a lot of it is kind of weird, unfamiliar territory. I wonder if this episode is in some part anime original. I don't know. I kind of don't think so. It also super doesn't feel like a finale because it's not. The Mushishi manga continues on past this point, right? So it's just kind of the last episode as opposed to being a finale episode, which makes it a little bit weird. But it does show us some interesting stuff about Ginkgo's past that makes a lot of sense. He gets after his ordeal and forgetting all of himself and his memories and all that stuff, he gets picked up by this group of wandering nomads that interface with Mushishi, and because of his propensity to attract Mushishi, they want to offload him pretty much as soon as possible. So they do so, and they offload him on some lucky Mushishi or unlucky Mushishi out there, and he learns the craft, learns the trade, and starts doing it himself, and ends up coming back to some of the places he's been and helping them. That's pretty cool. But it's a pretty fine episode to leave off on, you know? Good thing there are some OVAs and stuff. There's like a 45-minute OVA about something or other, and there's also a Mushishi Soku show. There's like more. So we ain't done here, but for today, I think we are done. I know this has been a really short discussion on this last episode, but I don't have that much to say about it. If you've got more to say about it, or you think that it echoes in an interesting way, or that it has some like resonance that I'm not picking up on, or is like more interesting than I'm making it out to be, feel totally free to leave that in the comments. I'll read them. But I don't find this one super interesting. I found the other two that we watched today more intriguing by far. Is an episode of Mushishi. It's good. It's pretty. The music's great. The ideas are cool. The storyline works. It's just not didn't do something for me. There are some cool shots like this isolating shot of him in a corner, or the volcano going off, or things like that, and it's cool to get a different perspective, but it doesn't really feel like a Mushishi episode, even though it is in every way a Mushishi episode. I guess that's just me. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to wrap there. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Mushishi episodes 24 through 26. I hope you've enjoyed these episodes as much or more, again, especially with this episode, than I have, and I hope to catch you next week when we'll probably watch that 45-minute OVA, and then eventually we'll get into the Zoku show stuff. Hell yeah. Thanks for coming along on the first season journey. There goes the first season of Mushishi. See you next time for more Mushishi. Peace.